We did a lot of the weeding even before we started putting books into the boxes to be stored away for the summer. We figured why put them in the boxes if we could just weed them out. So that was a perfect opportunity to just start reading right there and then. And I've pretty much gotten it to where I like it right now. We had 5 standing bookshelves. The space, which took up easily, I would say, a quarter of the room. And as you can see, it's not a huge space to start with. So a quarter of it was just the standing bookcases. So before the renovation, we didn't have sufficient room for enough tables and chairs to sit down an entire class. That's how it was for spacing. And since then, since we eliminated all the shelving and put all the books along the walls, we now have room for entire class and even more. There are a few things still on our bucket list of things we want, which we didn't get a chance to do, was we want to put in a screen that comes down and an overhead projector. The lighting would be nice to change in here too. The circulation desk used to be along this wall, and it's been relocated to right in front of the entrance now, which for me makes so much more sense. Being behind the circulation desk, I can see everybody that's coming in. I can greet them, students, staff, whoever. So, and I just feel more not in control of I guess in control of the environment, I know who's here, and I could address their needs, whatever they need. So now I've relocated my office space just behind the circulation desk. And again, I can be working at my desk. I could be checking books in and out. I have a better feel of who's in the library. Because the building is older, things were built better back then, I'm telling you, because we tried the stained glass art that you see behind us. Those were in the walls previously, but they were at the level, like these shelves didn't go 6 feet high, they were half as high. So those frames were in the wall. And we tried to recreate that same thing on the wall above, and it was just impossible. I don't know what it would have taken to go through those walls. They're just so thick. That kind of forced us to think of another way to present the stained glass. And in fact, I like this even better than before. It was a negative that turned into a positive for us for the stained glass. Yeah. There are these huge, 6-inch pipes that are coming out of the ground. So obviously you can't get rid of those. They had to be covered. We did it in wood. And then our immediate concern was the wood will be damaged, students will put their feet up there. And this is where the foot roll massage came in. We install those, and now the students are directed, they just automatically put their feet on there rather than the wood. Their immediate reaction, they start to giggle because it makes you laugh. But they really find it fun, and it's just a novelty in the library. It's like, look at this. The arch, yeah, that's part of what we're in here right now. This is not the original building. The building is over 100 years old. So this was added, I imagine it was in the 60s, I think, I'm not sure. So that arch was an entrance to the original part of the building. And so that's not going anywhere. That's a structural wall. And it's actually it's low. I would never get rid of it. It's a beautiful feature to have in the library. You don't see that very many places. So beyond that, that's the original building. It's a cozier section, and kids kind of like it because it's for English fiction, and there are a few couches in there, and they can just hang out there and read. And then beyond that is my office, which again, I've moved my office space here, so that back room now is being used. The students use it at lunchtime. Staff uses it too if they need to have a staff meeting. Yeah, they come in here. When they first came back in September, they come in and they'd be silent in awe. It's like, oh my God. They whisper. It was almost like somehow the vastness, the brightness, just changed their whole demeanor. This entire area is usually full at lunchtime, and you'd be amazed at how many of them are just sitting there because they're reading for personal pleasure, and some of them are maybe playing chess at the table here or doing other activities. And then there's the room that used to be my office. Like I said, I allow kids to have lunch in there. It's just the Battle of the Books kids that stay. But it's almost like there's different levels of noise. This is quiet, then it gets louder, and then even louder where the food and drinks are allowed. So, and one of the main things I find, like sometimes you'll get kids that are just on their own all the time. I don't know, for whatever reason. So maybe they feel that the library is a safe place for them. And I like that feeling that they can come here and just hang out. They're also just in awe just as much as the students are. They love the space. They'll come down more often now. They'll come, even if they don't have to do research. They just want to change from their classroom for whatever reason. The library is beautiful. Let's go down and sit and book a class for the library. This is one of the things that it seems so whimsical and it's too extravagant, but it just came out as an idea when we were coming up with ideas for the renovation. Oh, we should have a library. We should have a ladder, so like every like the antique old libraries. And then we just kind of put it in the back of our minds. And our principal, Mr. Deegan, Jad Deegan, he's the one that he says, you know what, we're gonna have a ladder in this library, and that's the kind of guy he is. There's really no limits. He was really supportive for that. And in the end, it was just like a symbol of let's do the whole renovation. Let's go all the way. And the kids love it. They've actually taken those books out more often now than in the last five years that I've been here anyway. Probably not. It's a library. It's just evolving. Libraries are constantly evolving. The content, the books, and of course the space too. You have to meet the needs of your students, your staff, the community. So yeah, it's an evolving. I don't think it will ever be done. It's just continuous.